University of Memphis says it was unable to find proof that Derek Lee cheated on his SAT exam.
Tuesday's great.
Congratulations, Chicago. You are now the official host city of the 2016 Olympic Games. Way to go, Mayor Daley.
And Wednesday, too.
Line drive, base hit. Caught out there. Runner tags. Here he comes. Throw to the plate. On target. And in time. A double play. Ends the 10th.
What? Thursday.
Hey, buddy.
Who you crapping?
Three-run homer for Adolfo Soriano.
I am a die-sack white fan.
We're in first place in the frickin' Idiot League.
Barack Obama, the son of a black man from Kenya and a white man from Kansas.
I don't care about you. It's Friday.
I see today, Josh, and I was not aware of this because I'm one
And
of
you
those
feel
guys.
free to call me Zach as well, but go ahead.
Monday, you can fall apart.
I heard that your mentor, Bill Walsh, was one of the first phone calls that you made when you found out that you had the job. What does it mean to you to be the head coach of the 49ers?
Well,
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was wrong?
This is not in the proper spirit of Rumspringa.
Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart.
Now, all night long, these fans, after the Cubs won their game, have been cheering on the Padres. Cheering on the Padres all night, right? Yeah, but he's dead.
Oh, Thursday doesn't even start.
I've listened to crap.
It's Friday.
Next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
I don't care if Monday's black.
10 years from now, you'll see no blacks at all.
I'm white. I'm entitled. Tuesday, Wednesday, heart attack.
For a lot of the fans that may not have heard of you or don't know much about Ryan Buckfitch, what exactly is it about? What kind of pitcher are you?
Right-handed.
Thursday, never looking back.
Good luck with your first crap.
It's Friday. I'm in love.
Everybody I knew here is dead.
The Bud Light Who Needs To Tavern Tour.
Remember, last year, the Cardinals were the de facto cream of the class, if you will.
Boers and Bernstein.
Here at Wolf.
Chicago Sports Radio 670. The Score.
And now, live from the Buffalo Wild Wings at 205-96 LaGrange Road in Frankfurt. 670 The Score brings you the Bud Light Who Needs To Tavern Tour live broadcast, starring Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein. Stop by, get yourself a cold Bud Light, and see the guys do the show live on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's sports station. Presented by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Shalom, Jews. And indeed, a very pleasant good afternoon to you. We are out and about today in Frankfurt. Boy, I had a map quest this one. This is a tough one. But it's on LaGrange Road. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Frankfurt, LaGrange Road. Pretty near 30, actually. And, by the way, you get the chance to almost view. Can you see it from where you're standing, Lincoln Way?
No.
You parked your car? Not here, but when you parked your car.
You said, can I see it from where I am standing? No. Well, I don't know. I wasn't looking for it.
It's Lincoln Way actually over there. It's the hot house.
Isn't there more than one Lincoln Way?
3 of them.
Okay, so I thought. So it's really not that big a deal. 4? You didn't have the right number of Lincoln Ways, or Lincoln's Way, as it were, if you will.
Yeah, there used to be just one back in the day. Bad then. No, they're fine now. And anyway, very pleasant afternoon. We're going to make you summer promises for the next, 4.5 hours or thereabouts. We're going to do the best we can, keep you informed, entertained, perhaps have you laughing too along the way. Hey, loud and persistent rapping at someone's back door.
Sure, I think it already has been.
Yeah, it's already begun. Probably won't end right there. And this is radio's best combination of divisive, outrageous, appalling, objectionable, offensive, and occasionally inhospitable. I'm Terry Bowen.
I'm Dan Bernstein. Steve Stone is going to join us just quickly to check in on the playoffs at 2 o'clock.
Good for you.
We thought it was going to be our last visit. It was maybe our last official visit, but hell with it. We figure there's baseball going on, and
a lot of it.
We might as well talk to him about it. So we're going to do that at 2 o'clock. Denver Post Broncos beat man Mike Kliss will join us at 3 o'clock to talk about the Denver Broncos. We keep saying we should forget about it, get over it, then, we haven't bothered to talk Broncos, I guess.
I'm very happy to talk Broncos.
Second half at 3:30 and a Bears report at some point along the way as well. Our phone number at Sports Radio 670, WSCR, the score 312-644-6767. The score's fax machine
is exactly 34.7 miles away.
We are doing our best to be email accessible at Boers and Bernstein at 670thescore.com, which is also where you go to listen to us live. We're streaming at 670thescore.com, the home of the Comcast feedback zone. That's where you can go. Maybe you don't have time to call in, wait on hold. You can leave a voice message that we could play on the air if you go to the Comcast feedback zone. Also, you can leave you can text message. I wouldn't say leave it, because you don't exactly leave it. You transmit your text message. Texting.
Right, you can do that.
To 67011, which is powered by U.S. Cellular. And if you want to know how to get the score through your mobile device, just log on to 670thescore.com from your mobile device right now. Score Mobile is brought to you by Horseshoe Casino. Our engineer here at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Frankfurt on the Bud Light Boers and Bernstein Who Needs Two Tavern Tour is Paul Zarang.
I kind of have warm fuzzies, so to speak, for Joe Creedy.
You're an idiot. He is the most handsome of the Flying Zarang engineering dynasty, and also very likely to be rear-ended by an old Asian later on this afternoon.
Before his drive, you have to add that.
Oh, I didn't want to say that. We have a mixed crowd here. But yes, he'll be walking.
A mix of what?
Mixed young children.
I sound like a dumbass.
Young children here. That's right. Don't talk like that today. Let me do it.
Like you wouldn't assume there could possibly be young children listening anytime?
Right. I have the filter.
Aha.
So you can't really tell what I say.
Our producer on site, Baldy McGrindy, Brendan McCaffrey.
Heckle inside in baggy shorts.
I don't know what he's talking about. Let me say something about Baldy McGrindy. Did you see his brothers here?
No.
Yeah? Well, the guy who looks like he's one of the bosses there is like the missing Baldy McGrindy. They said, we don't have any in our family named Steve, but you do have people who look exactly like that. Anyway, with LaGrange a little wet, you're going to have to be careful when you roll the body out the back. It's not going to stick like it usually does, okay? Just be careful and go green.
Back at the Score Studios, Matt Abaticola.
Well, if Abaticola said it, it's got to be true.
I love Matt Abaticola, just not as much as other members of our production staff do.
Like Jason Goff.
I've been playing the Punch-Out Mike Tyson, and I cannot figure out how to beat Soda Popinski.
He is the most dangerous producer in the world.
Do we have an intern?
Joliet.
Johnny. Either one or both.
I'd like to know who's going to be in the Final Four.
There's some odd reason that I actually, even though the guy didn't have, I don't know how long he called this show, 4 years maybe. I don't think he ever had a thought.
Nope. Just entertainment.
Why do I miss it for a guy who never had a thought?
I don't know. I don't really miss him.
Oh, I do. I think those provided great something. Great. What it was a glance into the horrible human condition.
Like you need that? You need any help with that?
No, not really. I guess not. But I miss him. What if he's dead? Don't you feel bad?
No. I mean, do
you think like a case of beer a day is too much?
Only to the extent that I would feel the pain of the loss of any human being, but no, not really.
Which would be none for you cold heart. But the guy said he drank a case of beer a day.
Mm-hmm.
And had a quesadilla. I'm thinking that, again, if you drink a case of beer a day for X amount of time, the chances are you're soon going to, I know soon, but you'll be dead probably faster than most.
That's Boers. I'm Bernstein. After an update, I have an article from the New York Times that is...
On our guy?
It's sort of an October sport. It's sort of a rite of the baseball postseason now when Richard Sandomir has thoughts about the work of Chip Carey.
It's not you, Joe. It's just amused by overall the baseball coverage we're getting because it's really quite a thing. This hour is brought to you by Seven Bridges Golf Club.
Yeah, I heard our guy Dick Stockton last night refer to Ronnie Belliard as Ron Belisario.
He did.
And according to contributor Italian Dinner Bang via email to the Comcast feedback zone, he said that Dick Stockton was talking about the Cardinals Game 3 starter and said the Cards will look to Padilla Pinheiro. I don't know where that comes from. I mean,
he's a new guy.
Padilla Pinheiro?
Yeah, he's new.
Richard Sandomir in the New York Times writes, in his third season as TBS's #1 national baseball announcer, Chip Caray is slightly better than he was 2 years ago when the network began carrying the League Division Series, but that doesn't mean he is a #1 announcer. Caray is still prone to bad play calls, descriptive exaggerations, and factual errors. Every announcer makes mistakes, but Caray's lips form a pattern of an announcer out of his element. The producer, Glenn Diamond, the director, Lonnie Dale, and the statistician are either failing him or he is spurning their advice and support. No one in the production truck could rescue him from his 10th inning classic faux pas during the Twins-Tigers tiebreaker Tuesday night. Caray called the Twins' Nick Punto's sharply hit liner to left field this way. Line drive, base hit, caught out there. The runner tags, throw to the plate, on target, and in time a double play. My ears quivered in amazement at hearing a very obvious line out called a single, as smoothly as Caray did. It's baseball as never taught by Professor Vin Scully. It's the sort of inattention that led to Caray's call was evident again Wednesday when Nick Swisher came to bat in Game 1 of the Twins-Yankees Division Series. A base fly ball, I should say, out to center field. That ball was hooking and nearly fell in front of Delman Young. Perhaps Caray's eyesight, not his baseball judgment, is undermining him. Yes, he caught himself in his error, but he larded on a fiction to suggest that Young had a difficult time with a ball that he effortlessly caught chest high. If Caray's crew could not keep him from spontaneously miscalling plays, you must wonder about his misuse of statistics. Is he receiving bad game notes, or is he conducting rogue research? He gave Alex Rodriguez his career stats, but left out 2009. He also erroneously said that after Rodriguez hit a home run in his first at-bat in May upon returning from hip surgery, he hasn't stopped hitting since. Caray called a passed ball by Jorge Posada his 8th of the year, but it was his 9th. In praising Gerald Laird on Tuesday, he said his nearly 42% success rate in throwing out base runners was best in the AL, but it wasn't. Caray said the Twins' Orlando Cabrera had played in past division series for the Yankees, the Angels, the Red Sox, and the Rays. Then came out of a commercial break, irked and chastened, to say those were the teams he played against. Caray's lack of knowledge of the Yankees is glaring on a national stage and creates a talent mismatch with his partner, Ron Darling. At one point, Caray said that he firmly believed the Yankees gave manager Joe Girardi number 27 to motivate the team to his 27th World Series title. Caray had sniffed out the secret, decoded the Steinbrenner spy ring, but the truth was that Girardi asked for the number. It was all over the news in November of 2007. Said if the play-by-play announcer's subpar, the production need not be, but TBS's work, while good at times, is not as attentive as it should be. Twins-Yankees crew missed a moment to help him. 6th inning, Michael Kadire lined a CC Sabathia pitch to Derek Jeter. Smoked, Caray declared, exaggerating the impact with one of his favorite and most overused verbs.
He likes smoked. See, I can't figure out why you had to have this. You know, you had your Sunday afternoon games and then you have the playoff games. Why you have to have this when you're so criminally bad at it? You know what I mean? Yeah. You have presented to baseball fans of America, and again, it's not by guys I dislike personally or anything, just a pile of garbage, just awful. Why do you want that?
I don't know, but I really rather did enjoy the way that Cardinals game ended.
Oh, I have no problem with that. Oh, no.
Towels?
No.
Stinking towels?
No, I have no problem with that. That's not a problem.
That's Boers. I'm Bernstein. WSCR, the score.
That one's hit well. Deep left field. Torrealba will watch this one fly out of here. Yorvi Torrealba with a 2-run home run. And the Rockies have a 3-0 lead in the 4th inning.
Here comes an 0-1 to Hunter. There goes Abreu at first. Hunter swings away, hits a drive to center. Ellsbury back at the wall. It's gone. 3-run home run for Torrey Hunter. And the Angels strike first.
Highlights courtesy of TBS. Interesting games yesterday. The Rockies get even. Charlie Manuel was right all along. That's why he's Charlie Manuel. Question him all you want to. He was right, and I wouldn't disagree with Terry Francona either. His strategy, even though Josh Beckett's postseason work has been phenomenal, is the right strategy. John Lester had an extra day, had the day's rest, and Josh Beckett had extra day. I mean, I think that's the way you go.
You know what?
Give them an extra day's rest. I think that's what you do.
We spend all this time hashing over some of these details of these decisions when it's just so random.
Well, you know he's getting in Boston today.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
But here's the thing about it. You can't give him too much. You can't win unless you score. I'm pretty sure of that.
It is so random.
Well, we went through it. I know. We went through it.
Yep.
Remember Lou's decision the first game against the D-backs, what that caused?
Yes.
He was still right. This very moment, he was still right.
A texter to the Comcast feedback zone says if waving white towels is the reason why the Cardinals lost, that's exactly what the Cubs should give away for every home game against the Cards next year. Fill the place with towels. Have a whiteout.
We'll be visiting with Steve Stone, talk about some of the baseball. There's always interesting stuff. I mean, one of the things about it is that, again, the randomness of baseball it just continues. I mean, I don't know if it'll be so random at the end, because it could very well be now. It could be the two teams with maybe the best records in baseball playing for you. Could be.
It could be, but it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it would look at, if you watch these games, you would certainly be led to that conclusion. You would find yourself hard-pressed to believe anybody in the American League is going to beat the Yankees, including the Angels or the Red Sox, and you would be hard-pressed to, the way it looks now anyway, because the Dodgers are good at the end of the game. Not so hot at the beginning, but good at the end of the game.
And well-managed.
Yeah.
He knows how to use his bullpen. He knows how to not use his bullpen.
So, I mean, you would think that's the biggest hurdle. You would think that is the biggest thing you have to get by is the Cardinal team with guys who, I don't know if they're going to share the Cy Young, but one of them is going to win it. One of them is going to win it.
And John from Des Plaines provides us this trivia tidbit that Mark DeRosa has lost 9 straight playoff games.
Uh-oh. See?
Game 5 of the 2003 NLDS with Atlanta against the Cubs. The last 6 with the Cubs, the last 2 with the Cardinals.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Mark.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Anyway, I'm sure Stoney will have some thoughts on all of it. But again, I think that's the fun part of it. It's the fun part of it. You just don't know. I mean, you can make all the picks you want to, and you can get destroyed so fast in one of these things that it's just like what were you just? What did you just say? Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. Because it looked to me if you judge baseball and you think about baseball, because everybody's got to have this guy. You're gonna pay top dollar. You're gonna pay as much money as you can. Well, if you're the Yankees and many other teams, to have the number one guy, a number one starting pitcher, a guy that you can start in a big game with a full belief that nobody's going to beat him. Well, the Cardinals have 2 of them. And they beat him. It wasn't Wainwright's fault, but it ended up still that you lost both games. Now, the odds that those 2 guys, as well as Wainwright threw, and Carpenter I didn't think threw that well at all, but Wainwright threw the crap out of the ball. And you always talk about, when you talk about wins for a starting pitcher, you realize that there was no 20-game winners in the big leagues this year. Well, he leaves with 19 wins with a 6-1 lead, and they lose the game. I mean, I don't know how you can do much better than he did or throw much better than he did yesterday, but they're down 2-0. What's that with Padilla-Pinero now, right? That's what you got left to save you? Now the matchup gets a little bit better for the Dodgers. I mean, those 2 guys, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think so. But he's probably the one to throw the 2-hit shutout. Well, the other, Carpenter, I don't know what, Carpenter is, again, I think the sighting should go the other guy. I think it should be Wainwright.
Wainwright.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but it just shows you and a guy who really, he struggled a little bit down the stretch. But
Carpenter won comeback player, right?
Right. Well, he won both. He won both.
Has it been done? I know you can win both, but sometimes the voters will say, well, maybe we'll give him that one. Okay.
No. I mean, I think he was the leading candidate, but Wainwright's, down the stretch is just unbelievable. So, I mean, I think that probably pushed him past him. We'll see. Doesn't matter. The fact remains that the team with the best 1-2 starting pitchers, I think, in the playoffs is down 2-0. So what does it really mean when you say, well, I can't trade that guy, or I can't trade that guy, or I certainly wouldn't trade that guy? No, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I don't know what it means that I actually preferred to watch hockey. I'm
not sure about that either.
So you had no interest in that game?
No.
Why?
It's October.
No, but it's at Detroit. In a season where they're expected to vault over Detroit.
Are the Wings going to lift the city now?
Detroit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then maybe next time.
Because the Tigers can't. The Tigers failed to do it.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Got so close.
They couldn't
until they got hammered.
State. Maybe Ben Gordon will help lift
the
Detroit.
Pistons to the Eastern Conference Championship.
No, but maybe just slightly elevate Detroit to
the Eastern Conference Championship
and make people happy.
No, I don't. No, I'm really. It's not for me. Not during the baseball playoffs. Not during the baseball playoffs. I mean, I don't see any point to it. I mean, they'll play. There's going to be a lot of hockey. Whatever happened in that game last night? I mean, most experts, believe the Hawks are better than the Wings. I don't know if that's right or not. I know it didn't work out yesterday that way, but most people believe the Hawks are better than the Wings. And not only have they caught them, they'll be better than them. I don't know. I have no idea.
When you say most people,
most of the expert picks I saw for hockey had the Hawks. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
either. Whatever.
I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But no, not this early. No. Maybe when it's December, January, and I'm already probably done with the Bulls basketball.
But you won't be done then. They'll get past the difficult part of their schedule, and they'll be playing fair to middling, moderately entertaining basketball, heading into the playoffs, and then every idiot will all of a sudden think that they matter again, or that any of it matters.
Waiting for another one of those playoff series?
The problem with the Bulls is that regardless, game to game, and Derrick Rose, or Joakim Noah, or Tyrese Thomas, that unless you're hoping for that year where LeBron gets hurt, none of it means anything. None of it. Because they're not going to get a major free agent that's going to radically alter their trajectory toward a championship after this season, even if they clear the decks, have a bunch of money coming off. It's not. No, you're apparently not happening.
No, not going to happen.
And unless you're waiting for the year where there's an unfortunate LeBron James accident, none of this means anything.
No, it doesn't.
This is just an unfortunate confluence of events if you're a Bulls fan.
Yeah, I don't really think the Cavs, at least doesn't look to me like got any better during the offseason with Shaq. I really don't think they're better.
Anthony Parker helps them.
Anthony Parker maybe a little, but I'm not. What I saw when they got blitzed up by Orlando was more problems than Shaq and Anthony Parker can handle. In my opinion of him. And I mean, I don't know how much better you can be than LeBron is. How much better can he be? Seriously, how much better can he be?
LeBron, I think he'd be better. I think he'd be a more consistent
numbers
shooter.
Are already like his...
No, I'm not talking about his numbers. I'm saying, what could he be better at? He could be a better end-of-game shooter, better shooter overall, and guys like that do become better shooters.
He hit the shots when he had to. Sometimes, it wasn't his shooting.
Not all the time. No, he can become better. He can become significantly better when it comes to outside shooting. Guy should be an 85%, 90% free throw shooter, too.
He should be. Yeah. What was Jordan, 80?
Around that, yeah. Some years more.
Yeah, I would settle if I'm looking at him, I'd settle for 80. But I'm just saying, during the game, during the course of a season, I don't know how many chances you get to win a game or how many chances you done, with one shot. But I'm just saying that overall, his game right now is about as polished as it gets in terms of most things. Yes, does he need a shot at the end of the game to win a game? Well, he did that a couple times.
But yeah. You asked me. I'm saying that is something he clearly can get better at. Shooting. He's good, but he can be even better. That's all practice, and it's proven that even the best in the world can improve.
Yeah, they can. They can. Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying that in terms of your long season, your schedule, every game you play, every night in and night out. I mean, it's not every night he's got to do that. I mean, he can work on it and do it.
I'm not saying. You asked me. What is he going to get better at? He's going to get better at that. He's going to get better at it.
You'd think he would.
Well, yes, and
you'd think he would.
I'm just saying he can. If he wants to, he can.
I still think he needs more help. I mean, I don't care how good Michael Jordan was. He needs some help.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he needs some help.
It can't be your shot every time.
That's a different question.
It can't be your shot every time.
Yeah, but that's a different question. I'm
just saying, you got to get better people around him before he's going to start to be everything he can be.
Right.
It's not his fault.
I'm not blaming him for anything.
That's all right. It's just not his fault.
I'm not blaming him for anything.
If you had one guy and the point guard deserted him during the playoffs.
Oh, no, I understand that. But that could also be concurrent with him happening to become a better shooter. I'm not saying that's what hurt them.
Well, he could still be a better shooter and they'd get beat again.
Yes, I agree.
Well, I mean, you don't have anything around him that makes them great. You don't.
Not
you
great
don't.
yet.
You've got nothing close to Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. Get nothing close to that.
They think that Shaq's name brings some sort of the number of rings. You could put Kareem out there and probably have the same effect right now. I agree. Shaq can set a screen, but he also can really hurt you in pick and roll defense. I mean, you'll be able to screen roll them to death if he's going to be chasing his man back to the basket every time.
But he doesn't help you at the end of close games.
Right.
Doesn't help you.
But he's there for Dwight Howard. I mean, let's face it.
Oh, Dwight Howard will be waiting for him. I'm sure
Dwight Howard's better than Shaq.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll.
He's not better than him, but he can guard him a little bit better than Big Z can.
He can't run the floor with him. I mean, once he's there, once it's in the half court, yeah, I mean, he's a big dude still. You can't
Dwight
change
Howard
that.
didn't beat them running the floor last year.
No, but he can't. He can beat Shaq. Is what I'm saying. He can get up and down the floor.
So you think Big Z's faster than Shaquille O'Neal?
Big Z?
Yeah, Carlos Zambrano. No, Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I think that Dwight Howard can do more damage to O'Neal running the floor, tiring him out. Especially if they involve him in screen rolls.
It's just not a good enough. As great as he is,
They won the Eastern Conference because no one could guard Rashard Lewis. That's why they won. They didn't win because their center was better.
That's exactly right. And you look at the people around. Do you mean to tell me if you think that LeBron's got to get better than this, if he's playing with the Lakers, with those guys that they had last year, they'd have won the NBA title with him?
Maybe. I don't know.
He gives up the ball. It's not like he wants to do it. It's not like it's in his mind he's got to do everything. He's not that kind of guy.
I don't want him giving up the ball. No. I'd prefer he didn't. I'd prefer he scores every time.
I think if you're smart, you learn that you have to have help. And yet you've got to count on somebody on your team. Right now, you're counting on somebody on your team. You have no count-ons.
Steve Stone joins us after the top of the hour to talk playoff baseball on WSCR, The Score.